great day in South Carolina, and this is Karen with Zannido Muse, and welcome to my channel. This is a collab with KS for Karen's channel and many of her friends and family that have subscribed to her. She had a challenge to do a home decor project that was under $10 for either summer or 4th of July. I chose to do the summer one. She said everybody's doing the 4th of July, but I decided to go with summer. I do have the beginnings of a 4th of July, but it's going to cost more than 10 bucks. But you can begin with it. So I'm going to, without further ado, let me show you what I made, and then I'll show you how I made it. And then I'm going to show you how I am going to display it in my home. And I have two projects. Both of them were under, well, one was $10, one was under $10. The first one I'm going to show you was exactly $10 if you do not include tax. I managed to do it. When I go over the supply list, I wasn't sure I was going to be able to pull it off, but I did pull it off. I made these delightful pillows from the Dollar Tree placemats, and you may recognize them. I made 3 of them for $10. Now, I did not include supplies I already had, which was the thread, the scissors, the sewing machine right here, because most crafters have that item. If you don't have a sewing machine and you don't want to do it by hand, you can use a hot glue gun. And I don't think there's a crafter or an artsy person out there that does not have a hot glue gun. And if you don't have one, go get one. Or you can just use regular glue. You really can't. You can get away with regular glue if all else fails. But anyway, the 2 things I bought were the placemats, $1, and the stuffing. I used a pillow. I didn't buy the package of stuffing because they were out of the medium size, and I don't even remember how much a medium size was, but they had a blue and white striped pillow, and you will see it in the list of supplies that I used from Walmart for $3.97. So the pillow was $4, and each of the placemats was $2, so 2, 4, 6 plus the pillow made it 10. Like I said, if you don't include tax. So there you go. And they are reversible. And you can do that with any of the fabric Dollar Tree placemats. The second project is another pillow. This one came at $6.50, and I only made 1. The reason why this one was a little bit more is because I used a pillow form instead of the stuffing. If you have an used pillow form, by all means use that, and it would have cost you $2. And I used the hot glue gun on this one. And it's the first time I made a pillow using hot glue, and I think it turned out fabulous. And like I said, it is the beginning of a 4th of July project, but if you had 3 used pillows that you no longer want, you could definitely make this project under 10 bucks because all you'll be needing is 2 bandanas for each pillow. This is the blue one. This one is not reversible, so they only had blue, but I wanted to keep it blue. They do sell red ones and they do sell white ones at Walmart, and they're 97 cents. So if you have the pillow form, and just pick up 2 red, 2 white, and 2 blue, and just cover them up with a little hot glue, and you're good to go. And this one was super easy. It took a lot less time. These took a little bit longer, but altogether I think they took me 2.5 hours, all 4 pillows altogether. The first one that I videotaped took the longest because I had more difficulty sewing up the edge, and that's because I kept popping the thread. I needed to find better thread. Anyway, with that said, let's get into the tutorial on how I made this, and then at the end I will show you how I'm displaying it in my home. So I hope you enjoy. Here are the supplies you're going to need for the first pillow. The first pillow is going to be a Dollar Tree placemat pillow. So I picked up 2 placemats. They are reversible. You need 2 placemats per pillow. And I'm going to use this pillow that I got from Walmart for $4. I'm thinking I can get 2 or 3 pillows out of this because I'm going to use the stuffing inside. I actually want the fabric too. That's why I went with the pillow and not just a bag full of stuffing. Besides, they didn't have a smaller bag of stuffing. It was $9 or it was nothing. So I decided to go with the pillow. I wanted the fabric to use it for something else. So let's total the rest of the items I already have. So I'm going to total up the items I actually purchased for this project, not including the items I have, because most crafter artist people have these items. So the pillow, $4. The placemat's $2, so that's $6. I'm planning on making 3 of them. You can 3 pillows if I can get enough stuffing. So that would be at exactly $10 if you don't include tax, but if you do, you can definitely get 2 pillows for under $10 if there's enough stuffing, and I'm pretty sure there's enough stuffing for at least 2. And the other items that I did not purchase and have on hand are the scissors, and the sewing machine, and the iron, just to iron out the placemats. You will also need straight pins to hold your placemats together. Any straight pins will do, whether it's the one with these circle balls on it or just plain straight pins. You'll also need sewing needles, and if you see like I do, a needle threader is always handy, and I will show you how to use the needle threader. If you never used one, when I get to it, that is going to be at the end of the pillow making process. Is going to be the finishing part. Next project is going to be a no-sew method. You can use this method the same way with the placemats. I just wanted to give you 2 different options, but I'm not going to use it on the placemats. I'm going to use these bandanas instead. You can get these at Walmart, or you can get these at the Dollar Tree. I used to see them at the Dollar Tree 2 for $1, but lately I have not seen them. You can get them in red, white, and blue if you want to do a 4th of July theme. But be warned, each pillow is going to be about $5. No, I'm sorry, it's going to be about $6, maybe $6.50, depending on if you recycle your own pillow. And for this pillow, I'm going to be using this pillow form, which I think I paid $4.50. It's been a while, so $4.50, $5.50, $6.50. You want to use a pillow form for this fabric because it's much thinner, and if you just used the stuffing, it will seep through the bandana. And what else I'm going to use, oh, hold on, I'll show you this. I could also use this pillow, which is definitely a recycle if that other pillow is too big, so then I would not have had to buy a pillow, because I had this, I've been saving it for the stuffing. So use your, use what you got, save your pillows, but you would have to cover the whole pillow, not tear it apart and take the stuffing out, because you don't want the stuffing to seep through the fabric. I know, it's happened to me when I made photo albums. I'll be using the iron again, and this time I'm going to be using a hot glue gun with my hot glue sticks. I got this hot glue gun at Walmart. You can now buy this at Tuesday Morning for $10, I think. Or, as an option, if you don't have a hot glue gun, you can use a no-sew, but the no-sew, you're going to have to wait for it to dry before you put your pillow in, and then use the glue to seal it up. Or you can put in Velcro, but I'm not going to be taking the pillow out, so I'm not going to use Velcro. Since I am using a hot glue gun, I'll probably utilize these. These are little thumby things. You may have seen them at Michael's. They're kind of expensive at Michael's. And they're like where the Mod Podge stuff is. But they also have them at Walmart, much cheaper. And they're where the currency is, and they're used to count money. But they're also heat resistant, and it does say so on the package. So let's get on with this project. Okay, I'm going to iron all 6 of my placemats off camera so you don't have to watch me iron. And then I'm going to only take one to the sewing machine you can watch me do that. The other two are going to be absolutely the same. So I'm not going to have you, have to suffer through 3 repeats. And then we're going to stuff the pillow. So let me iron it and I will be right back. Okay, let's get started on our little project. I'm going to take 2 placemats. I have them all ironed. Didn't really need to iron a few of them, but I did need to iron 1 or 2. And you're going to want to place them right side to right side. What I mean by right side to right side is the back of your pillow is going to be touching the front of your pillow. So if you want a reversible, you'll be putting one front, one back together. And then you will be pinning it. You're going to pin like so. I tell you what, this isn't the easiest fabric to pin, that's for sure. And I don't have to put too many because I don't think it's going to slide too much. But you do what you got. You put as many pins as you feel comfortable. I am the world's worst sewer, and I am the world's worst ironer. I don't think that iron's been used for a year. I couldn't even get the steam to work on it. Oh well. I'm going to finish this and I'll be back when I take it to the sewing machine. Oh, just so you know, you only have to pin around. We're going to leave a corner of it here open so we can turn it, flip it around and stuff it. And these are kind of hard to pin in the corner because there's so much material. So I'm not going to worry too much about the corners. So I'm going to move my sewing machine over. I have it threaded. Hopefully correctly. I have all my pins in my placemat. I kind of put them too far from the edge, so I'm going to go slow, as I usually do anyway. And I'm going to pull out the pins as I go along. This is the end that we're not going to sew. So I'm going to start at this corner, go all the way around, and leave about 3-4 inches gap so we can turn our pillow over and stuff it. Now, the first part is going to be hard because you are sewing the corner and there is much more material, but after you get past the corners it won't be so bad. Okay, here we go. I'll take the first pin out and move it over so I don't get stuck. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. I'm going to use the placemat and as my guide. Take the pin out. Don't need to break a needle. When we get to the corner, I'm going to lift the feet up because that corner is just not going to go through all, my needle's not going to go through all those layers very easily. And go to the next one. I need to move over. Oh well. I boo-booed there. Let's go back to the edge. Slower. I'm going to take a seam ripper to that and fix it. Yep, I definitely boo-booed there. Into another corner. Go ahead and just like diagonaling it. I think that'd be the best way to do it. Yeah, I think so. Get rid of some of that bulk. I'm learning. Take the pin out. Okay, this is the edge we're not going to sew all the way up. Like that there. Pull the needle up, pull the feet up. You cut your threads in this little thing, and I like to hold it tight. Let me see how bad I messed up. Yeah, I think we're... We'll fix this real quick. I did too far here, so I'm going to take a seam, and it didn't, nope. So I'm going to take a seam ripper to it, and then come back and fix it. Okay, I'm back. There was something I forgot to do. You're supposed to lock your stitches in, but like I said, I am the world's worst sewer on the planet. And if you're like me, the world's worst sewer on the planet, what I mean by locking the stitches is you go forward, then you go backwards, and you go forward. And you go backward, there's a little lever on your sewing machine that does the stitches backwards. And mine has a little J on it. So I don't know if you can watch that little foot. So you're going forwards, and I push it down. It goes backwards, and then it goes forward. And then I'm going to go a little forward. And you're supposed to do that when you start and stop. And I didn't do it. So go around the corner. And then okay, that's where I messed up. So I'm going to use the back thing and then go forward. Alrighty. And then you take, turn this off. Put it out of the way. Get my pins. Take your scissors. Clean up the threads. And hopefully these corners are going to turn over right, because they're not going to be sharp corners, but that's okay. I'm going to loop that. Okay, clean the threads off. There's one thread right there. Snip, snipped. Oh, looky. My scissors are magnetic. Ha! These are my fabric scissors. You see how much I use fabric? Alright. Remember, we have this little pocket. We're going to flip it in and flip it through. So it's probably not going to be the easiest because this is stiff material. So flip it through. The best part about this is it hides all your boo-boos. You can take it down, you can poke at corners to try to make them as sharp as you want. But as you know, my sharp corners aren't going to be very sharp. Because I cheated. I didn't cheat, I cut across it because there was so much bulk in those corners. So they're actually going to be rounded. Let's see if I can poke it anymore. Poking this corner. Poking this corner. You can also take your scissors, because this is pretty tough fabric, and stick it in there, and it helps you. So it's not going to be that bad, I don't think. It'd be horrible. Okay, there you go. You have your basic pillow. Now we're going to stuff it. Like I said, I'm going to use this pillow. I'm going to cut it open with my scissors. And like I said, please feel free to recycle your pillows and just start stuffing. Make it as fat, as fluffy as you want. Skinny, flat pillow. You can also use old fabrics to put it in there, but it makes the pillow kind of heavy. And it's only for decoration purposes because it is not very comfortable to lay on. But if that's all you wanted it for, Then why not recycle old t-shirts or towels or whatever. I think it's a little too stuffed. There we go. What do you think? There's the pillow. I like it. Now we're going to do the hand stitching. Let me see if I can adjust this. There we go. And basically what we're going to do is the whip stitch. And this is how much pillow I have left. So I have more than half. How to thread a needle if you never thread a needle with a needle threader. You take the two prongs and you stick it through the eye of your needle. And I have such a hard time doing this because I cannot see. There's a new needle there. I've got it in now. See? I'm using this green thread as demonstration purposes only. I will not be using this color. You take the green thread and you slip it through the notches, the two wired pokey things out of the needle threader. See? You got your needle on the needle threader, and then you got your thread, and then you just pull it through, and it threads your needle. You can also do this with buttons. You stick the little prongs through a hole, buttonhole, then you put your thread through, and then you pull it through the button, just in case you needed to know. And I'm going to be doing the whip stitch, and I'm only going to show part of it because it's just whipping. Whip it real good. Let's see. Please hold, please hold, please hold. Yes, it's holding. Yay. Okay, now all we have to do is do the whip stitch. And like I said, you might need your thimble. You just go in, whip it around. Go back into the back, through the front, pull it around, and I am not going to make you watch me whip stitch this whole section. I'm not going to make you do it. So I'm going to finish whip stitching this pillow, and then we're going to go on to the second pillow. Here you go, pillow number 1, all complete. This is the whip stitch side. It needs to be fluffed up a little bit, but I think it's cute. You got the paisleys on one side and the bright blue on the other side. You can have it which side you want. So I'm going to make 2 more of these. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and make our bandana pillow. And that's going to be so much easier. It's going to be simple, quick, hopefully, but I've never done it before. But let's give it a try. We're going to put the right sides to the right sides again, meaning the back front and the front of the pillow and the back of the pillow together. Well, first we're going to snip this little tag. We don't need that. I'm going to snip this little tag. So the insides of the pillow is going to be, actually we don't have to do that, do we? We have our nice ironed bandanas. I cut the tags off. We have it right side to right side. Once again, it's the sides of the pillow that will be on the outsides touching each other. We're going to be using the no-sew method. You can either use no-sew this glue, or we're going to use hot glue. With this glue, when we get to the last glue, you're going to have to wait until the first 3 dry before you can go to the last step. So I got plenty of glue sticks ready, and we're going to start gluing. All you do is start at the beginning, at one corner, put a little glue. Just run a little glue down the edge. And then we just match up the edges and press. I don't think I'm going to need the finger protectors on this if I'm careful. And we keep on going. Right a little bit more. We're just gluing with hot glue. I mean, we're sewing with hot glue, basically. Okay? And since we're not using stuffing, we're not going to have to worry about any of the stuffing come out because we're using a pillow form. By the way, if you hear the train, I live very close to the train tracks. Very close. So there we go. Okay, we're going to, oops. Glue string. Now we're going to do the ends right at the bottom. I really like this hot glue gun because it's supposed to be battery operated, but I have not found batteries, because it says it matters what battery, to keep it hot. And that's not why I like it. This is why I like it. It doesn't tip over. And it actually does, it has a nice stream of glue coming out. Ooh, that was toasty. Oh, I'm not so even, but this is okay. We can work with this. Okay, we're on our our third side. And when we get finished with the third side, we are going to stop and we're going to let this cool. I need some more hot glue. Somebody once said a tip to put some hot glue on the tip and then stick it in there, but sometimes it kind of jams it up. Just sometimes. I don't remember where I saw that tip from. Okay, I have glued this side, I have glued that side, and I have glued that side. I have left this side unglued. We're going to wait for the glue to adhere, to dry, whatever, to cool down, and then we're going to insert our pillow. And I will be right back while the glue does that. I believe our glue has officially dried. Put the glue gun back over here. Now we're going to flip it over like we did with the placemat pillow. This one's going to be so much easier to flip over because our hole is much wider. Okay, there we go. Ta-da! And there is our little pillowcase. Now hopefully this pillow fits. It might be too big. It might be perfect. I already unwrapped it from the plastic. I took the tag off. Okay, we're going to insert the pillow into the pillowcase that we made with the hot glue and the bandana. And there we go. Ta-da! Now all we have to do is seal it up. How I'm going to do it is I'm going to fold this over, this lip over, like so, and then fold this over, like so, and then glue it down. It's a little bit too big, but I think it's kind of bohemian. And maybe we could put some tassels on the end. You can make some red ones. You can make some white ones. You can make some red, white, and blue ones. Yes, I'm nutty. Okay. I'm going to fold this and do little at a time. So fold. Put a little hot glue. And pinch. Put a little hot glue. And I just burnt myself. And pinch. Pinch, 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 pinch. And let me all into us. I usually have glass on this table, and I don't. Okay. Fold it over. Put a little glue. Fold the top over. and give it a pinch. There we go. And put some glue on the bottom. Fold the top over. Don't burn yourself. This is probably where I should have worn those little finger grippy things. Okay, let that cool for a minute. This one was so much easier to do. I almost like this one better. Oops. Oh dear, I make a mess. Oh, I made a mess. Oh man, I made a mess. It's okay, I'll fix it. There we go. Fix. Okay. Now we're getting to the end. Fold this over. Add some more glue. And pinch. Just a little bit in the corner. By the way, I hate hot glue worse than I hate sewing. Alrighty. There is that pillow. I think we could put some tassels on it or just leave it as that. So what do you think? Which pillow do you like the best? I'm going to finish the other two sewing ones, and then I'm going to show you pictures of where I have them set up. Here's where I'm going to place my summer pillows. You can have them on the paisley side, or you can have them flip one over and have one blue. We have them all blue. This is my front window. The cats and the dogs like to look out that window and see the world go by. Alright, here is my bedroom with my kitty on the bed. My bedroom is done in black, blue, and white. And there is the pillow. And the poor little kitty. He's had a rough day. We took him to the vet today, and unfortunately they confirmed he has renal failure. So he had an ultrasound done and all kind of awful stuff. And there's nothing they can do about it. Just put him on fluids. You can see he's got a shaved belly from the ultrasound. He's so sweet. Sweet little boy. Well, that concludes this little collab video. I hope you enjoyed the projects that I had to share with you. They were rather simple to make, though I did make a few boo-boos, as you saw. I was able to fix them, and I think they turned out pretty nicely, and I like where I am displaying them in my home. If you have any questions, comments, and concerns, you can always leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to get back to them as soon as I can. Sometimes I don't see the comments until a while later because I have to be on my computer, not on my phone, because they hide them. Don't know why. It is what it is, but I will eventually answer, and I do apologize for that. It's YouTube for you. And I hope you give this video a thumbs up, share it, hit that subscribe button, all kinds of other things. And if you didn't like it, you may go ahead and hit the dislike button. Until next time, stay calm and craft on. Oh, and collab on.